Hey guys, I am Chetna and I welcome you all back to our English lessons. In our previous video, we talked about adjectives and its kinds. Today we are going to talk about degrees of adjectives. Okay, let's start. Yes, so degrees of adjectives are also known as degrees of comparison. Now what do you mean by that? Now comparison means to compare two things or more than two things. Okay, so there are three degrees, namely the positive degree, which is the first one, comparative degree and superlative degree. We are going to talk about them one by one. Let's move on. Yes, now we are going to discuss these degrees one by one. The positive degree, comparative degree and the superlative degree. Now before getting into it, I just want to explain you something. Where are we going to use these degrees? Yes, we are going to use these degrees wherever we are making a comparison. For example, let's say one of my friend, her name is Rima. She bought a new dress and it was very expensive. So I said Rima bought an expensive dress. Okay, but then I see another friend of mine, her name is Rosie. She bought even expensive dress, more expensive dress than Rima. So I will say that Rosie bought more expensive dress than Rima. So I am comparing both the dresses of Rima as well as Rosie. So wherever I am comparing two things or more than two things or people, we use these degrees. Okay, I hope that I made it clear to you. Where are you going to use these degrees? Okay, let's read them one by one. Now talking about positive degree. Now we use this degree where no comparison is made. For example, if I say that your bag is beautiful, now I am making no comparison. I just look at your bag and I say it's really beautiful. So here wherever no comparison is made, it is the positive degree. The adjective here would be yes, beautiful. No comparison, it is the basic degree and the positive degree. Okay, for example, this is a good guitar. Now good here is the what? It's the adjective. We are not comparing anything. So good is just a normal degree, that is the positive degree of the adjective. Okay, now coming on to comparative degree, this is the second degree of the adjectives. Now here the comparison is made between two things or two people. The comparison could be made between two things or two people. Okay, now let's read the example. My guitar is better than yours. Now you see what I'm doing here is, now what is it here? My guitar is better than yours. Better than yours. I am comparing my guitar with your guitar. So wherever I am comparing, the degree will change. Here there was no comparison. Okay, it was good here, it was the positive degree. But whenever I'll make comparison between two things, keep it in mind. We use this degree whenever the comparison is made between two things. So here between two guitars, my guitar is better than yours. So this is the comparative degree of the word good. Okay, now superlative degree. This degree is used where more than two things are compared. In the previous one, in the comparative degree, we always used to compare two things. Now we are going to compare more than two. Okay, so if I say Ryan's guitar is the best of all our guitars. Now I am saying that Ryan's guitar is the best of all the guitars. Now I am comparing his guitar with all other guitars. There can be many guitars, okay. So wherever we are comparing more than two things or more than two objects or more than two people, we use the degree superlative degree. So here you will see that I have used the word best. Is the best of all. So you see how it goes. The adjective is good. It goes like better and best. These are the three degrees of the adjective good: positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. So I hope this is clear to you, and now we'll be moving forward. And there are some things that you need to note about superlative degree. Now the superlative degree is always preceded by an article, and that article is the. Okay, that's a normal rule. That's a thumb rule. You can say that whenever we use the degree superlative degree, we use the word the. For example, in the previous example also, the best, we said the best guitar. So with the superlative degree, you have to add the article the. Let's get into the examples. Rose is the most beautiful flower. Here again you can see that most beautiful is the superlative degree, and it is always accompanied by the article the. Okay, next, the Ganga is the longest river. Again you see the longest river. So don't forget that superlative degrees are always accompanied by the. India is the best country to live in. Again, the best. Okay, I hope this is clear to you, and we'll be moving on. Now, we are going to read and learn about the formation. How are you going to form the degrees? Like good, better, best, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. How are you going to form them? Okay, and we are going to read them one by one. So, the first part is by adding ER and EST. In some cases, we add ER and EST to the positive degree. Now, what is the positive degree? Keep it in mind that normal adjectives, the words that we use, fat, thin, short, tall, these normal adjectives, these are all the basic degrees, and these are also termed as positive degrees. Okay. For example, bold, how are you going to make it like convert it into comparative degree? You are going to add ER. So, bold, bolder and boldest. Okay. Bright, brighter, brightest. Cold, colder, coldest. Okay. So, I hope that this is clear to you. Let's move on to our next way how we can form. Okay, so the next way is by adding R and ST to the positive degree. Now, how it works? It works like able, abler and ablest. Okay, pure, purer, purest. Wise, wiser, wisest. So, here you will see that what we have done, we have simply added ER, ER, ER in the comparative forms and EST, EST, EST in the superlative form. So, it's very easy. Okay, I hope it is clear, and now we'll move on to our next method. Now, the next method is sometimes what happens is the letter gets doubled. Let's read. By doubling the last consonant and adding, we'll double it first and then add ER and EST to the positive degree. Let's see how. Sad, sadder. Now, you see that in sadder, we doubled the last consonant. This was the last consonant, we doubled it. Sad, sadder, saddest. The basic rule remains the same. You are adding ER and EST. Just the changes that you are doubling the letter. Okay. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Okay. Another example we can take is, let's say fat, fat, fatter. So, it will be fat, fatter, fattest. Okay. So, I hope that this is clear to you, and now we will be moving on. Let's move on to our next way, and the way is by changing the last Y. Now, in some adjectives you find Y. Okay. Last Y into I by adding ER and EST to the positive degree. Let us learn how. For example, there is this word busy. Oh, I have a busy day. If I just say it simply, it's the positive, like the positive degree. Okay. So, if you say, ma'am, I have a busier day than yours, you are comparing my day with your day. So, you will use the word busier. How are you going to make this word? You will simply remove this Y and add IER to it. Okay. And one of our friends, say Ram, comes into the picture and he says, I had the busiest day today. Okay. So, busiest, IEST, that's the superlative form. Okay. So, again, heavy, heavier, heaviest. Easy, easier, easiest. So, I hope it's clear to you, and we'll proceed. Now, the next way is by adding more and most before the positive degree. Now, sometimes you will see that we cannot say ER, we cannot add ER and EST to every single adjective. For example, in the case of the adjective, let's say beautiful. I cannot say that my dress is beautifuler than hers. Okay, I will never say that. I will always say that my dress is more beautiful than hers. So, somewhere we are going to use more and most in some cases. Let's read. Active, more active and most active. careful, more careful, and most careful. Pleasant, more pleasant, most pleasant. Let's talk about more examples. Beautiful, yes, more beautiful, most beautiful. Intelligent, more intelligent, and most intelligent. I hope it's clear, and let's move on to our next way, and that is irregular way of forming comparative and superlative degree. Why does it say irregular way? Why? The reason is regularly, like generally we add ER or EST or more or most. Now in some cases, the comparative and superlative degree gets completely changed. How? See, these words are totally different. Bad, worse and worst. They are not related at all. You are not adding ER, EST, more or most. So bad, worse and worst. Good, better, best. So much, more, most. Let me give you another example of such irregular adjective, that is up, upper, and you can say upper most. So you see that these three, all of them are different, and these are respectively the positive degree, comparative degree, and the superlative degree. Okay, so I hope that these are clear to you, the formation of degrees and their types and the way we add them and make them comparative and superlative degree. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it and learnt it. So we'll be meeting in our next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.